Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to another video. Hope you guys are doing well today. And I have created my Enhancement chamois on the beta with a pre-made character. And I said I'd do a video going through all the different spells, talents, and things like that. So let's get into it. So Enhancement, and this is kind of the spec that I'm looking at going on release. Not that. That one. That one. Oh, I'm missing something. What am I missing? What am I missing? That one. So it would look something like that at the moment. You can go down the resto tree if you wanted to take Spark of Life. It's kind of broken for soloing stuff because it's 15% extra healing received and increases your healing done, so it double dips. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, I mean, I don't feel like we're going to need it. So for me personally, I'm just going to go for all-out damage. If you wanted to be a little bit tankier, you could remove Acuity and go into Toughness. But, you know, this is generally the sort of talent build that I'm going to go for. The important talents here is going to be, obviously, Storm Strike, Shamanistic Rage, and Feral Spirits. You'll then have Searing Flames and Improved Lava Lash. You're going to bring 10% increased melee attack power, as well as having 8 expertise just naturally. Flurry's pretty nice. You know, it's just all the good stuff. We've got a little bit of utility with Ancestral Swiftness. You can kind of do everything you need to do with this setup. So that's going to be the talents that I use. Now, let's go through some of the abilities that are going to be important. Now, I always run just one of the Call of the Elements. You don't need multiple to start off with. Just one set up to do what you need to do is simple enough, and we'll set them up in a second if they actually work on beta. Shocker. So, your shocking abilities, you're going to be keeping Flame Shock up on the target, and then using Earth Shock as kind of a just filler shock when you need it. You have Fire Elemental Totem, which is going to be, you know, if you get to an elite quest or do a big pull, drop a Fire Elemental Totem just to do some damage. Although it isn't much better than your Searing Totem, and you'll see why. Fire Nova is king. So Fire Nova, you're going to spread your Flame Shocks to multiple targets, and then Fire Nova is going to explode them Flame Shocks on each of the targets. It's very, very strong. You're going to want it just as in a key place. Now, Hex, something that I don't talk about very much, but is something that shouldn't be overlooked, is the fact that Maelstrom Weapon actually applies to Hex. You can use it to cast Hex. So this is going to be something that you can use. You know, just quickly pop off an instant CC is amazing. Now, Lava Burst you can use, and I do use it occasionally. You can't use it with Maelstrom Weapon, so you would have to cast it. So it's going to be something that, like, you know, if you really need all the damage you can get, you would start max range, you'd cast a Flame Shock, Lava Burst, and then go into your melee rotation. You know, it's something that can be used, but not very often. Lightning Bolt is going to be key. Obviously, anytime you get to Maelstrom stacks and you don't need the heal, you're going to be single target using Lightning Bolt or AoE using Chain Lightning. So I've put these in completely the wrong place, but never mind. Magma Totem, you know, nice little AoE. It helps. That's about it. You've then got Purge, which you're not going to see much use of while you're leveling, but it is something that you're going to want to have. Stoneclaw Totem with a glyph. This is actually amazing. So I will talk more through the glyphs in a second, but I will be running this glyph while I'm leveling 1,000,000%. It is so, so strong. Wind Shear is our interrupt, and that's kind of what I would be using. Astral Recall is just another Hearthstone, so, you know, take it as you will. Earth Elemental. Now, this is kind of clutch. You can use this just to take some aggro off you if you need to, so pretty nice. Elemental Resist Totem, you can use it, but I probably won't be using it that much, if I'm honest. Now, Flame Tongue Weapon, you're always going to put on your offhand. You can use Frostplant if you needed to kite something, but very rarely is that going to be the case. Grounding Totem is something that is just incredible just to take hits from the target. Lava Lash, for obvious reasons. I've put that in the wrong place. Lava Lash, for obvious reasons, is going to be just key to your entire build. You then have Shamanistic Rage, just a 1 minute 30% damage reduction is kind of crazy. Yeah, the rest of the totems we're going to manage through our Call of the Elements, which is fine. So, like I said, we're going to apply Wind Fury to our main hand, Flame Tongue to our offhand, and that's our normal setup. And then Resto. So Healing Stream Totem is going to be pretty big. Healing Wave is going to be pretty big. Healing Surge is going to be pretty big. Now, that's me screwing up my buttons. So, the reason you're going to want heals on your bar is just because a Maelstrom weapon. You're probably never going to hard cast them, but they can be pretty nice to use. You have so much utility. Okay, so Ancestral Spirit, obviously just a res. Chain Heal, if you're in dungeons, I would have Chain Heal somewhere prominent on my bars, just because you can help the group out massively. Healing Stream Totem is something that you can just throw down if you need to, although I tend to just do it through Call of the Elements. Healing Wave is going to be your kind of single target, like low mana cost heal. So if I'm out of combat, I'm probably going to use a Healing Wave. Otherwise, I'll be using a greater Healing Wave with Maelstrom weapon. Mana Spring Totem will probably never run, to be honest with you. Totemic Recall is something you're going to have to get used to using. If I drop my totems and then Totemic Recall, I get a good chunk of that mana back. We then get Tremor Totem, and something that I don't ever see people using, if you are struggling for mana for whatever reason, stick Water Shield on. You're going to get hit. You're in melee. So just chuck a Water Shield on. It's so good. So that's kind of my spells and where I would have them on my bars and things like that, if you are interested. In terms of glyphs then, you have two different setups you can go for your prime glyphs. So the ones that are important are going to be, 2 seconds, I've got to note it down. Lava Lash is like a key one. Storm Strike, which is another key one. Now, you can run Wind Fury Weapon, which is best for single target, and this will be your single target setup. Or you can run Flame Shock if you're going to be doing AoE, because you're going to spread it to more targets, and it will last longer, so you don't have to worry about it too much. You can actually spread it to more targets this way. You have Feral Spirit if you want to be burstier. So for me personally, I'm going to just start with Wind Fury Weapon. In terms of the other one then, Fire Nova is amazing. We definitely want that. We're definitely going to want Lightning Shield because, you know, we do use Lightning Shield as part of this. So Static Shock, you can consume a Lightning Shield orb without actually consuming it, just to deal some damage on abilities, which is kind of nuts. And then finally is Stoneclaw Totem. So your Stoneclaw Totem also places a damage absorb shield on you equal to 4 times the strength of the shield it places on your totems. So it puts like a 1,100 shield on your totems. So it's going to be like 4.5k, which is like a fifth of my health. Just in a shield. And it's on such a low cooldown, 20-second cooldown. It's so crazy. Like, it's so good. So you're definitely going to want to run that. Ancestral Recall, Renewed Life is amazing. And, you know, I mean, if you want to be a Ghost Wolf, like, an Arctic Wolf, you can, but Water Walking is just the best for me. So this is going to be my talents, my glyphs, and what my abilities do. In terms of gear, obviously, it's just going to be the pre-made stuff that we've got. And, yeah. So I hope this video has helped in some way for people. This is kind of what my Enhancement chamois is going to look like generally, starting. And yeah, the next video for my Enhancement chamois is going to be getting into Mount Hyjal and starting the process. So thanks for watching. More videos coming soon, and catch you later. Goodbye.